wrong of me not to express my gratitude to Pastor Sweeney for the way in which he has led the union over the last 11 years. I've seen him through some challenging times and through some moments of stress, but he has selflessly, he has willingly, and he has competently led this union safely through these years. And I think it's in order for us to give him and Jen, his wife, a round of applause and to express our appreciation for all that he has done. I'm not the brightest penny. I'm not the sharpest individual. But I think by God's grace, I'll be someone that God can use to do some wonderful things for him. I was struggling really over the last few weeks. Sabbath morning I woke up and had to come downstairs and pray. And a text came to mind, the one in Nehemiah 4 and verse 6. It's not my might, nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord. I think these are challenging times for us as a church. I reckon that we will have some difficult days ahead of us. I think there are some issues that we will need to resolve. But I'm confident in all that will happen, that the Lord himself will lead this church. This is an awesome church, and I am humbled again to be asked to work with you so that this church can actually make a difference in this world. I recognize that some of the departmental directors are here, and I wish to express my gratitude to them also, because I think in them you have some wonderful individuals who can make a difference in this country. So continue to pray for me, continue to lift me up before the Lord, and Pastor Rafat, John, Ian, readily I'll be knocking on your doors and begging you to help me. Thank you so much for allowing me just to serve with you over this period.
Good morning, Pastor Brooks.
Good morning.
And congratulations on your election as President of the British Union Conference.
Thank you so much, sir.
As we welcome you to the studio, can I ask you, what are your initial reflections on being elected as President of the BUC?
Wow. I was deeply humbled, but it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the tremendous work of the British Union Conference Executive in asking me to serve, and also to acknowledge the work of Pastor Ian Sweeney over these last 10 years. I think over the last 10 years he's managed to navigate through some difficult times, and he's brought us safely through.
Pastor Brooks, what would you do in your first 30 days as President of the BUC?
Well, that's a difficult one. We haven't even had a chance to put our feet under the table yet. But I would love to engage with my administrators, my departmental directors, and we have a residential planned for January.
You mentioned challenged in the past 10 years, but what do you think are the biggest challenges for the BUC?
I certainly believe that over the last 2 years, the issue of trying to function and stay alive as a church has been a real challenge for us. And I must acknowledge the work that Pastor Sweeney has accomplished in keeping us alive as a church and functional. I see perhaps 3 major challenges that affect us as a church, and I think the issue of relevance has to be at the top of my list. How can we ensure that our church is going to be relevant for our next generation. I think the second challenge that we face is the issue of current issues. We don't seem to have a voice. We're silent when it comes to climate change, where we don't speak much about epigenetics. So I think if we can improve the awareness of those issues in our church, and also ensure that our members have something to say about it when they talk to their friends. And I think the last one would certainly be how do we as an organization, as a church, how do we encourage our members to be more like Christ?
And finally, what one word would describe you best?
A counselor.